Alright, so in this video, we got Zack Snyder addressing the fan support. We love you, Zack. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Let's get it, man.
And it takes time to enjoy it and time to, like, you can't just say it. You have to watch it and feel it again. You know, it's like it's a weird thing in that way. And I think that, like, it just, the thing that you hope is that in the end, you know, the markers meant something to people, you know, and I think that we've really fought around, because a lot of these, mental health has been a big thing for my wife and I, you know, since losing my daughter, and we've tried the best we can to, like, support. The fans have done incredible, like, the fans have raised like over $1 million just to support.
But remember, the fans are toxic.
ASP, which is the suicide, against suicide in America Foundation, and we've been like, just, it's been cool that the movies, these moments have, like, now in retrospect have, like, a purpose, you know, and that they have, like, that the fans have gotten this opportunity to kind of, like, you know, join with us and kind of, like, be with us to, like, you know, and you know, this, because it's a huge stigma, you know, like, nobody wants to talk about, like, that they're having trouble, you know, that you know, that they're not okay. Right. And I think that what we've been trying to do lately, as much as we can, is, like, say, like, no, it's good, like, you know, it's okay, you know, like, it's not a sign of weakness, it's nothing, it's just, it's real, you know,
it's part of being human.
It's kind of 100% part of being human. And I think that it was you know, it's an easy thing to kind of say that, you know, I just stress, or I just, like, you know, I'm good, I'm not depressed, I'm fine, you know, and it's an easy thing to just try and muscle through.
Right.
Where, like, you know, I think that, you know, it's my hope anyway that, like, as a family, that, you know, the movies and our connection to the fans and our connection to, like, that cause has been really, really deep. And I'm just watching this, actually, it started me thinking about, like, what the movies mean, you know, like, what is their legacy, you know, what do they, and if they can do, on one hand, they are the moments you see, for me, Dr. Manhattan, Leonidas, whatever it is, you know, but then on the other hand, there's this other narrative outside of the stories, you know, like what I was experiencing, and what made me think of it is just like what I was going through on that day when we filmed it, like, what I was struggling with, what I was trying to deal with, you know, is real. That's hard stuff, you know. That was just life being lumpy for us, you know, just trying to make a movie, living in Canada, being away from the kids, just all that struggle, and then it's cool when, you know, it's been cool for me that when the fandom and the movie, like in the case of Justice League, they lined up, you know, where these people were like, no, we're not gonna, there's a movie out there that we want to see, and it's around a struggle that we had as a family, and all of it sort of came together. I always say, like, you know, people are like, you know, the fandom was toxic or whatever. They were so angry to get the cut that they were like, I go, also, they literally, people's lives were saved by the money that those kids raised. Yep. Like, literal, like, lives, real tangible lives were saved by that money. That those kids that you would say are these toxic fans, they're also responsible for the saving of lives. And that's just real. You have to acknowledge it, because if you don't, like, you in some ways, the legacy that they were able to create is, like, dismissed. And I can't.
Well, that's just a reductionist view of things that people always like to apply to things that are controversial, especially when they're talking about your fans and saying something like they're toxic. That's such a dismissive thing. No, there's going to be some elements of any passionate, rabid fans,
of course,
that are going to be toxic, because it means so much to them. And that's what you have to understand. The reason why they're behaving the way they're behaving, and the reason why they're screaming is, first of all, they don't think they're being heard. And second of all, it means everything to
Warner
them. These people
Bros.
that are like deeply invested in your films, and in particular like things that have like this sort of iconic history, like The Watchmen or like Batman. I mean, these are very important things to people.
100%.
It's like the same way people are fanatical about sports teams, the same way they're fanatical
Correct.
about, music.
It's tribal,
It's tribal.
100%.
It's very, very tribal. So for you,
Listen, I didn't get teary-eyed. You guys got teary-eyed. I did get a little teary. I ain't gonna lie. I heard the sadness in Zack's voice when he was talking about the suicide and stuff, man. But he's 100% on point, bro. It's like, we all go through stuff in life. You got to reach out. It's hard to do that because we all even myself. I'm an independent guy. Like, I've been doing it since 16, so it's kind of hard for me to reach out to people. But you got to reach out, man. It's always people there to help you. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But he was on point with everything he said, man. It's wild. And one thing about the fans, they try to say us. Well, I wouldn't say they say all the fans are toxic, but there's always gonna be a few sour apples around, man. No matter what fandom, kingdom, whatever you want to call it, it's always gonna be a few sour apples around the tree. But for the most part, Zack Snyder's his fan base is not toxic, bro. I think that also was just a narrative being pushed around, for other agendas. But we'll talk about that another time. But he was on point, man. Let me know what you guys thought about this. Yo, I love Zack, man. Much love. Restore the Snyderverse, you already know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next 100,000 subscribers. It's grind time. Let's get it.